Hi, welcome to BlindOwl Bushcraft and Survival. Please enjoy our channel. If you would, we'd appreciate it if you join our Patreon page. It's been a long road. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to BlindOwl Outdoors. Well, today, if the clouds will cooperate, I want to do a couple sun fires with a magnifying glass. But right now, it's kind of partly cloudy, so I'll try something different here. I wanted to show you my belt. This is my belt system. A survival belt, whatever you want to call it. This is what I would take with me if I had to go somewhere, if I had to bug out, or if I was going to go on a long hike somewhere, or I was going to be camping. I would take this with me. It's a real nice military style belt with the MOLLE straps on it. It has shoulder straps on it to take the weight off your waist. It has a nice canteen and a little kit on the canteen kit, which has a little bit of everything in it too, just in case that's all you have with you. Inside the center box or package or bag, this is full of medical stuff. Very comprehensive little kit. This one here has fire kit. This is the fire kit right here, and have this tin in here wrapped in ranger bands, and that is inside a plastic bag just to keep moisture out. There's also a magnifying glass in here, a real nice one. I always carry some jute twine with me, very important. Let's see if I can get this open with my hand here. Inside here, this is just the fire kit. There's a little bit of everything in here. I'm going to use a piece of char cloth here with the magnifying glass. I'll put that over here for now. But it has a little bit of everything in here. It has dental floss, pine tar, a lighter, some incense, everything you can imagine. There's, it's kind of stuck in there now, there's more jute twine, there's some, what do you call it, the old man's beard in there. There's also some cotton and some loot, everything you could possibly need, and a full bag of char cloth. Okay, here comes the sun. Should we try a quick fire? I have a, get the, we'll do it right there. And I have a, what did I do with it? I have a bird's nest here. It's a jute twine, and I'll use about half that with some mahogany shavings in it. I'll also put a few bamboo shavings in there with it. Kind of mix it all together. The jute twine is what will start the fire though, with a little ember. Doesn't take much. Okay. In fact, I'll even light it right on top of the pile. See, there goes the sun again. Just out for a second. Got a little homemade bag here for my magnifying glass so it doesn't get, okay, there it's out again. This is a different style magnifying glass. And it's going under again. You can see right there, it just takes just a second to start char cloth. Not even a second, you see that? Now the sun goes under, it doesn't matter. just takes just a second with jute twine. It's amazing stuff. Alright, well that was the main part of my video, so let's do something else. I'm going to show you some of the other things I have here. Something as simple as cotton string, or here it's used as a wick. Works very good. You can fluff that all up. That'll take a spark very well. We have wax, cotton string. That starts a fire very well. I would never go on a hike or a camping trip without some jute twine, and you can see there's different qualities of jute twine. This stuff here I got over the eBay, and it's not junk, but it's half as thick as this stuff is. This is stuff my dad sent me from a garden center back home. This is way better. Something like fatwood is very important to have. And for fatwood, obviously I don't know if everybody knows about it, but it's just a pine, and it's just full of resin. And fatwood I like to scrape. You can just scrape a little bit off of it. The shavings work the best. If you want to try to start a fire, if you want to get a fire going, like use it as tinder, you would just split it down. It worked fantastic. You don't need a whole lot here. What I'm working here on is this is one of my construction areas, and you can see the ground's real damp, and a lot of things will be affected just by that dampness, so you have to be careful of that. And in here I have my premium fire steel. That's the best one that I have. And I brought a striker down with me. Should be right here. And I always make a test spark, but that should probably, just with a just a couple sparks, starts right up. And then obviously you could put something else on it, like, you know, put a little piece of birch bark on it or something, you know, and a second later you got a fire. Birch bark's awesome. You can't get it here in the Philippines, but obviously you can get it most places in North America and other parts of the world. It has some sort of a resin in it also. Works beautiful. What else do we have here? I got a big cloud over me again. I thought I'd try to see if I could get some bamboo shavings going. When you do stuff with shavings on most types of wood, is make sure that my hands are all wet, so this is gonna hurt it here. Is you take it and make sure you break it down. Anything you're going to use for tinder, break it down. You're going to use grass, break it back and forth down, and then pull it apart. Helps you get a little bit more surface area, and gives you a much better chance of getting a fire started. And I'll just wait here for the sun to come out. Keep talking about some other stuff here. Here's a container of real good glue, go-to glue from Loctite. It only lasts about 2 weeks in a container here in my house. I don't know if it's too hot or what the problem is. I thought I'd see if I could break this open and see if I could take a couple shavings off of this big chunk and see if that would also burn, because there's extra little tinders and fire accelerators everywhere you go. Here's a real nice setup here. This is a fire steel that I got off the internet. It was only about $6, very cheap. I put my own little antler handle on it. That's another thing I got off of eBay. And here's the striker I like to use for it. This is a carbide sharpener that you'd use like on a lawnmower blade or something like that. It's made by Corona. I dip the handle in the stuff that you dip like screwdrivers and pliers into, plastic dip, and just to give it a little bigger handle. But it works very fine. I also carry this is a blade from a electric planer, which is also high-speed steel and sparks extremely well. This one sparks pretty good. Not perfect, but not too bad. I got spoiled by using this one. This one has such a bigger area that your striker is hitting, so it throws that much more sparks. It's absolutely amazing. What else do I have here with me? Here's a real good example of a fire still. I got this off of eBay also. They sell them on Amazon. It's about a 3-inch fire still. Comes with its own striker. On eBay, this was $2. And I don't know how you could possibly beat that. This is a great backup fire still. The striker that it comes with sparks real nice. It's got a real sharp edge in the back here. Now here's an example of a very bad deal. This one I ordered off of eBay, and the picture looked just like this one. But the description didn't say how big it was. It didn't say that it was an 1/8 inch rod. Again, this would be something you could use in emergency, I guess. But it doesn't throw the sparks like it should. I mean, it would start a cotton ball or something like that, I'm sure. Here we go. Here comes the sun. Okay, it's over my shoulder here. This is an extremely good magnifying glass. It came in one of those little magnifiers that has a light on it, like you'd buy in a bookstore. But for magnifier fires or embers, it works so much better if something is dark, like the char cloth. It's hard to tell when you're at your most magnified spot here. So I'm not having any luck at all here. But I bet if I put a piece of char cloth on there, there it goes. Let's take this out of there. Yeah, right there it's smoking a little bit. But that wouldn't be as good as the char cloth. It's smoking a little bit. It's best to practice with your magnifying glass before you need to use it in an emergency, so you know where the focal point's at on it. Again, the fire steel. Two strikes and it's burning. We also have a real interesting product here that I salvaged from a kind of palm tree is it called? Oh, a fishtail palm. And here it's called. Here it's not known here in the Philippines, but in Malaysia and stuff, it's called loot. The Ziploc bag's not coming apart. There it goes. And this is some fluffy stuff that comes from under the branches of a palm tree. Only that palm tree I've seen so far. Boy, the sun's cranking now. Again, fluff her up again. This holds an ember very well. Whether it'll take a magnifying glass, I don't know. Smoking right away. Yep, it's burning. They're smoldering. We don't need to waste the whole thing here, but take a piece of it here. And then again, just use a little bit of jute twine and some bamboo. Mix her up a little bit. You can also swing your arm back and forth. Usually once it starts to smoke, it's going to burst into flames. There it goes. Oh, something got me good. But Loot's a wonderful thing to put in your... I put this in my tinder bundle sometimes. I have a real small ember from, say, a bow drill or something like that. It'll make a huge difference. It'll extend your ember a little bit. And some people would say that's cheating, but it depends. It depends what you're doing. If you're trying to start a fire to survive, you can do anything you want. I don't care what it is. There's no such thing as cheating. If you're trying to do a complete bow drill fire, well then yeah, you wouldn't do that. You would just use like some bamboo shavings or some coconut netting or something like that. This kind of stuff here, now this comes from around the branches of a coconut tree. Same thing with this here is you break it up a little bit and put some of that in there in your center there, and that'll it takes a spark real nice. Not always, but sometimes. We'll see how it does. Nice trying right there. Get my magnifier out of the way. And there's some real interesting things in a coconut tree. I went out the other day, and let me move my camera here once for you. Went out the other day and picked this whole bag up of tinder. Now there's several different things in here. There's the netting, lots of that. This is the part right here where it's kind of like the flower of the coconut, where actually this is kind of like a shroud around it. This part right here is where the coconuts come from. And each one of these things, if you break these apart with your knife and take a few shavings off them, they all burn wonderfully. They all make a very, very, very fine fire. Also found a few dead branches when I was walking around, jammed them in there. Also some part of the branch of the coconut leaf, the stalk is also a very good firewood. So what else? I think that's about all I have for right now. Let's see what else I have here. Obviously cotton takes a spark wonderfully. Things like that. Dryer lint. You name anything like that. Alright. Well, that's all I have for right now. Please click like and subscribe. Oh, the sun's out now. You can contact me anytime at BlindOwl Outdoors. Send me some comments and tell me what your guys' favorite tinder is. If I was back home, my favorite would probably be birch bark. Here in the Philippines, my favorite by far is bamboo shavings. But like usual, I want to say it's a joy to come into your homes. And if you're ever in my neighborhood, please stop in. You're always welcome. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Take care.